When Elon Musk bought Twitter, even crazier than his entrance in the main office was the fact he started fulfilling his plans instantly and made some surprising changes on the platform. After his entrance with a sink in the company's lobby, Elon began to rearrange Twitter's employees. But because of these changes, Elon will soon face a giant class action lawsuit from Twitter employees, accusing him of unfairly firing people. Musk defended his decision about massive firings, explaining there is no choice. And it's interesting that former CEO Jack Dorsey appeared to support Musk's argument, but also apologized for growing the company too quickly and praising Twitter's employees' resilience. However, the memo added that to help ensure the safety of employees and Twitter systems, the company's offices will be temporarily closed and all badge access will be suspended. Moreover, all employees were asked to stay at home on Friday and wait for an update on their employment status regarding their fate at the company. Since Twitter is now a privately held company, it is under no obligation to answer shareholders about the job cuts. Let's find out more about the updates regarding the mass layoffs at Twitter. Recently, a platform user alleged that Twitter workers were selling verification for up to $15,000. The user went on to say that specific users had said they would refuse to verify them through the regular application, but then privately offer to verify for extra money behind the scenes, and he demanded an investigation into the situation. Musk responded briefly by writing, "Yep," on his Twitter profile. The Twitter CEO also mentioned how simple it is to obtain a blue-tick verification badge on the site via third-party apps. Recognizing this, Musk stated in another article that a large number of legacy verified checkmarks were distributed randomly, implying that they are not confirmed. He said that anyone could buy as many as they wished, but now it's changed. He said that relying on the payment system as well as Apple Android is a much better approach to assure verification. Musk's comments come after Dogecoin founder Shibetoshi Nakamoto objected to the concept of paying $8 per month for the verification function. In the new authentication method, dubbed Power to the People by Tesla's CEO, any Twitter user, regardless of their degree of relevance, may acquire the blue badge on their profile if they pay $8 per month for the company's premium service. The new method replaces the previous one, which was created only for persons who could show they were famous. Elon Musk promised advertisers in an open letter before taking control of Twitter that it would not become a free-for-all hellscape. He went on a listening tour of Madison Avenue, hoping to persuade advertisers that brand safety will be a primary focus. However, some advertisers have begun to back off, with corporations such as General Motors suspending their expenditure on the platform, and advertising agencies like Interpublic Group and Havas recommending their clients to do the same. Musk went on the offensive after advertisers ceased spending, alleging that they were causing a big loss in income. He went on to say that the way these activities are attempting to crush free speech in America is incredibly messed up. According to the company's 2021 earnings report, Twitter produced $5 billion in sales last year. $4.5 billion, or 90%, came from advertising. Twitter's primary business, like Meta, is ad sales. The advertising environment is already difficult. According to the Standard Media Index, total advertising spend was down 5% year-on-year in September. Advertisers were already quitting Twitter before Musk took over. The overall number of advertisers on Twitter decreased from 3,900 in May of this year to 2,900 in September. Also, starting off, layoffs were expected to hit the sales, trust and safety, marketing, product engineering, and legal departments, affecting the whole organization. Managers tasked engineers this week in messages to identify methods to find at least $500 million in yearly savings throughout the corporation. The cuts would target data centers and other software facilities required to run the site, as well as the contract staff that provides content moderation for Twitter. Furthermore, according to those familiar with the arrangements, Twitter had previously planned massive layoffs that would have impacted up to a quarter of the personnel before Musk came aboard. It was previously reported that the company's board of directors intended to slash thousands of employees in order to save $700 million in labor expenditures. Twitter is already facing a proposed class action lawsuit, alleging that layoffs were impending and that the failure to provide early notice or severance compensation will violate US and California laws. According to lawyers, before resorting to mass layoffs, organizations with 100 or more employees must submit 60 days' notice under the Federal Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act. Mass layoffs are defined by the legislation as those that affect at least 500 employees in a 30-day period, or at least 50 people if layoffs affect at least one-third of a company's employment. In place of giving notice, employers may offer employees 60 days of severance compensation. As advertisers reduced spending, the business saw a dramatic decrease in revenue. Musk blamed the losses on a coalition of human rights organizations that had been putting pressure on Twitter's biggest advertisers to take action if he did not safeguard content moderation. The organization said that they are increasing their pressure and asking that corporations remove their Twitter adverts internationally. Employers who breach the WARN Act may be required to pay laid-off employees 60 days of back pay. The law also levies a $500 fine per violation each day. Similar fines were imposed by similar laws in California and other states. According to the lawsuit, which was filed in a federal court in San Francisco, Twitter locked employees out of their accounts, indicating that they would be subsequently fired. One of the 5 listed plaintiffs, a California resident, claims he was fired on November the 1st, without warning or severance compensation. Later, Musk stated that everyone who was let go was given 3 months of severance pay, which is 50% more than what is legally necessary. According to WARN paperwork presented by the Employment Development Department of the state of California, Twitter announced that it would be laying off 93 employees at its Santa Monica location, 106 employees in San Jose, and 784 employees in San Francisco. Each notice said that the terminations will commence on January the 4th. According to the staff breakdown, the majority of workers laid off in San Francisco, 592 of the 784, were classed as specialists, with 147 first mid-level officials and managers, and the remainder being senior managers, sales workers, and administrative assistants. The profile of workers in Santa Monica and San Jose were comparable. According to Shannon Lease Riordan, a plaintiff's lawyer, Twitter looked to be making an attempt to comply with the WARN Act by agreeing to pay some employees until January the 4th. Employees were warned within a week that they will be presented with severance agreements, forcing them to forego their right to sue Twitter in return for a settlement. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time,